Welcome back to the channel Numisma Hub Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today, we are taking a close look at the 1970 D Washington quarter dollar, a coin that many people overlook because it often appears dirty, worn, tarnished, or heavily circulated. At first glance, a dirty 1970 D quarter may look like nothing more than ordinary pocket change. However, experienced collectors know that some old quarters can carry hidden value depending on their condition, rarity, mint errors, and preservation. Many collectors search through coin jars, old collections, estate sales, and bank rolls hopping to find valuable Washington quarters from the 1960s and 1970s. While most 1970 D quarters are common, certain high-grade examples and error varieties can be worth significantly more than their face value. This makes the coin an exciting piece for both beginners and advanced collectors. Let's get started. Top 3 first up. The 1970 D Washington quarter was produced during an important period in United States coinage history. The Washington quarter series first began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of President George Washington. The design became so popular that it remained the permanent quarter dollar design for decades. By 1970, the United States Mint had already moved away from silver coinage due to rising silver prices. Starting in 1965, quarters were no longer made from 90% silver and instead were struck using a copper-nickel clad composition. The 1970 D quarter represents the modern clad era of American coinage. During 1970, the United States was experiencing social and political changes, including the Vietnam War era and major economic shifts. Billions of coins were needed for commerce, and the Denver Mint worked hard to meet the demand. Today, the 1970 D quarter serves as a reminder of this transitional period in American history and remains a widely collected coin. The obverse, or front side, of the 1970 D quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington. Above his head appears the word Liberty, while the motto, In God We Trust, is positioned to the left. The date 1970 appears at the bottom. The portrait was designed by sculptor and engraver, whose design remained on the quarter for many decades. The reverse side displays a majestic American eagle with its wings spread. The eagle stands on a bundle of arrows representing military readiness, while olive branches beneath symbolize peace. The words United States of America and quarter dollar surround the design, with the national motto EPLURIBUS UNUM appearing above the eagle. The coin is composed of a copper core covered by outer layers of copper and nickel. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The reeded edge helps distinguish it from other coins and remains one of its defining features. The D mint mark on the 1970 D quarter indicates that it was struck at the in Colorado. During this period, mint marks were placed on the obverse side of Washington quarters near the date. Coins without a mint mark from 1970 were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. The mint location can influence rarity because some years had significantly different production totals between mints. However, for 1970, both Philadelphia and Denver produced large quantities of quarters. Even so, collectors often seek high-grade Denver examples because they can be difficult to find with strong strikes and minimal contact marks. The Denver Mint produced approximately 417.3 million Washington quarters in 1970. This is an extremely large mintage, making the coin common in circulated grades. Because so many were produced, most examples found today are worth only face value or a small premium. However, locating examples in superb mint condition becomes much more challenging. Coins graded at the highest mint state levels are far scarcer than their overall mintage numbers suggest. Therefore, while the date itself is not considered rare, exceptional examples can still command impressive prices. A 1970 D quarter in poor condition, especially one that is dirty, heavily worn, scratched, or damaged, is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. In normal circulated condition, values typically range from about 25 cents to $1 depending on eye appeal. Fine condition examples often sell for $1 to $3. Extremely fine specimens may bring $3 to $10. Attractive uncirculated examples can sell for $10 to $30 or more depending on quality. Coins certified in high mint state grades such as MS-66 or MS-67 may be worth hundreds of dollars. The finest known examples have sold for several $1,000s at major auctions because collectors compete aggressively for top population pieces. As always, actual market value depends heavily on condition, grading, and demand at the time of sale. Although most 1970 D quarters are common, error coins can be much more valuable. Collectors should examine their coins carefully for doubled dies, where parts of the design appear doubled due to die misalignment. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly positioned during striking, creating a dramatic appearance. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a blanking error, are also collectible. Die cracks can create raised lines across the coin's surface and sometimes attract collector interest. Broad strikes occur when the collar fails to contain the coin during striking, resulting in an unusually wide appearance. Rotated die errors, where the front and back designs do not align properly, can also command premiums. Wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable because they occur when a quarter design is struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Depending on severity and rarity, these errors can range from a few dollars to thousands of dollars. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1970 D quarter is that examples can still be found today. Many remain hidden in old piggy banks, coin jars, inherited collections, estate sales, storage boxes, and bank-wrapped rolls. Because the coin was produced in such large numbers, it circulated heavily for decades. Most people pay little attention to older quarters, which means valuable high-grade pieces and error coins occasionally escape notice. Careful searching can sometimes uncover a hidden gem worth far more than 25 cents. Before selling a 1970 D quarter, collectors should carefully inspect the coin under good lighting and magnification. Look for strong details, original surfaces, and possible mint errors. Never clean the coin. Cleaning removes original surfaces and can significantly reduce collector value. Even a dirty coin may be worth more if left untouched. If the coin appears unusually sharp, lustrous, or error-related, consider professional grading through a respected certification service. Proper storage is also important. Use coin holders, flips, or protective capsules to prevent scratches and environmental damage. The investment potential of a normal 1970 D quarter is modest because of its huge mintage. However, collector demand for high-grade Washington quarters continues to grow. Registry set collectors often compete for the finest known examples, creating strong prices for top certified coins. Error coins and exceptionally preserved specimens have the greatest long-term potential. While this coin should not be viewed as a guaranteed investment, carefully selected high-grade pieces may appreciate over time as premium examples become harder to locate. Many collectors are surprised to learn that the 1970 D quarter contains no silver, even though older quarters did. Another interesting fact is that millions of these coins circulated across America during a period of major historical change. Despite being common, finding a truly flawless example is remarkably difficult because most coins entered circulation immediately after production. Some of the highest graded 1970 D quarters are worth thousands of times their face value, proving that condition can make an enormous difference in the coin market. The next time you see a dirty old 1970 D Washington quarter, do not dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look because hidden value could be waiting in the condition, grade, or even a rare mint error. You never know when a simple quarter from your pocket, coin jar, or family collection could turn into an exciting collector discovery. Next up, The 1973 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark is one of the most commonly encountered United States quarters from the modern era, yet it remains a favorite among collectors searching through pocket change, coin jars, old collections, and bank rolls. Many people become excited when they discover a 1973 quarter with no mint mark because they assume it may be rare or valuable. While most 1973 quarters without a mint mark are common coins, certain high-grade examples and error varieties can be worth significantly more than face value. Understanding what makes a 1973 quarter special can help collectors determine whether they have an ordinary coin or a potentially valuable collectible. The excitement surrounding these coins continues because valuable mint errors and exceptionally preserved examples occasionally appear on the market, attracting both beginner and advanced collectors. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the birth of President George Washington. The design proved so popular that it became a permanent part of United States coinage. By 1973, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than 4 decades and had become one of the most recognizable coins in America. The year 1973 was an interesting period in American history. The United States was experiencing significant economic and political changes. Inflation was becoming a growing concern. The Vietnam War was nearing its conclusion, and the Watergate scandal was dominating national headlines. During this era, Americans relied heavily on quarters for everyday commerce, including vending machines, parking meters, laundromats, and public telephones. The 1973 quarter was produced as part of the regular circulating coinage needed to support the nation's economy. Unlike earlier quarters minted before 1965, the 1973 quarter contained no silver. The rising price of silver had forced the United States Mint to switch to a copper-nickel-clad composition beginning in 1965. As a result, the 1973 quarter represents the modern clad era of American coinage. Although millions were produced, collectors still seek high-quality examples because finding perfectly preserved coins from circulation becomes increasingly difficult over time. The obverse, or front, of the 1973 quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is located to the left of the portrait. The date, 1973, appears below the bust. The portrait was designed by John Flanagan, whose work has become one of the most enduring designs in American numismatic history. The reverse, or back, displays a powerful eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows. Beneath the arrows are 2 olive branches symbolizing peace. Around the design are the inscriptions United States of America and EPLURIBUS UNUM, while the denomination quarter dollar appears along the bottom edge. This reverse design was also created by John Flanagan. The coin is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. The coin has a reeded edge, which consists of small grooves around its circumference. These specifications have remained largely unchanged for modern Washington quarters. A 1973 quarter without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During this period, Philadelphia quarters typically carried no mint mark, making the absence of a mint mark completely normal and expected. Many collectors mistakenly believe that a missing mint mark automatically creates rarity, but for Philadelphia quarters dated 1973, no mint mark is the standard format. In addition to Philadelphia, quarters were also produced at the Denver Mint with a D mint mark, and at the San Francisco Mint for proof coin production with an S mint mark. The mint location can influence rarity and value in some years, but for 1973, the Philadelphia issue remains very common due to its large production numbers. Therefore, a missing mint mark on a 1973 quarter does not indicate a mint error unless there is clear evidence of an altered or unusual coin. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 346 million Washington quarters in 1973. This enormous production figure places the coin firmly in the common category. Because hundreds of millions entered circulation, collectors can still find examples today in old collections and accumulated change. The Denver Mint produced approximately 232 million quarters, while the San Francisco Mint manufactured proof coins specifically for collectors. Due to the large Philadelphia mintage, the 1973 no-mint mark quarter is not considered a key date or scarce issue. However, truly high-grade mint state examples remain much harder to find than circulated specimens. The value of a 1973 quarter without a mint mark depends heavily on condition and whether the coin has any significant mint errors. In poor condition with heavy wear, the coin is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. Most circulated examples found in everyday change are worth between 25 cents and $1. A fine condition example may sell for around $1 to $3 to collectors seeking album fillers. Extremely fine examples with light wear often bring between $3 and $7. Uncirculated examples that retain their original mint luster typically range from $10 to $30 depending on eye appeal and grade. High-grade mint state coins become much more valuable. Coins certified around MS-65 may sell for several dozen dollars, while superior gems graded MS-67 or higher can command hundreds of dollars. Exceptional registry quality examples have sold for well over $1,000 at major auctions when certified by leading grading services. The highest auction results are generally reserved for nearly flawless specimens that are extraordinarily difficult to locate. Although ordinary 1973 quarters are common, error coins can be considerably more valuable. Collectors search for doubled dies, where parts of the design or lettering appear doubled because of a die manufacturing mistake. Off-center strikes are another desirable error, occurring when the coin is struck outside its normal position, leaving part of the design missing. Clipped planchets occur when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking, resulting in a curved section missing from the coin. Broad strikes happen when a coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to spread beyond its normal dimensions. Die cracks are also popular among collectors and appear as raised lines on the coin's surface due to fractures in the die. Rotated die errors, where the front and back designs are not properly aligned, can bring premiums depending on the degree of rotation. Wrong planchet errors are among the most valuable, occurring when a quarter design is accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. Such dramatic mistakes can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. One reason the 1973 no-mint mark quarter remains popular is that it can still be found in circulation today. Many people overlook older quarters because they assume only silver coins have value. However, collectors regularly discover interesting error coins and high-grade examples while searching through bank rolls, inherited collections, estate sales, coin jars, and forgotten storage boxes. Although finding a valuable error is uncommon, it is certainly possible. The excitement of searching keeps many collectors interested because every old quarter has the potential to reveal an unusual variety or exceptional state of preservation. Before selling a 1973 quarter, carefully examine its condition under good lighting. Look for strong details, original luster, and any signs of mint errors. Even a common coin can become valuable if it possesses a significant error or unusually high grade. Collectors should never clean their coins. Cleaning often causes microscopic scratches and removes original surfaces, dramatically reducing collector value. A professionally graded coin generally commands greater confidence in the marketplace, especially if it appears to be a high-grade example. Store valuable quarters in protective holders, coin flips, or archival quality capsules. Keeping coins away from moisture, chemicals, and excessive handling helps preserve their condition and long-term value. From an investment perspective, ordinary circulated 1973 quarters are unlikely to experience major price increases because of their large surviving population. However, certified high-grade examples continue to attract registry-set collectors who compete for the finest known coins. This demand can support strong prices for exceptional specimens. Error coins also possess investment potential because unique mint mistakes often remain desirable among specialized collectors. While the average 1973 quarter should not be viewed as a major financial investment, rare errors and top-condition examples may continue appreciating over time as quality specimens become harder to locate. Many collectors are surprised to learn that a 1973 quarter without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia and is completely normal. Another interesting fact is that billions of Washington quarters circulated across America during the Clad era, making them one of the most widely used coins in U.S. history. The Washington quarter was originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue in 1932, but its popularity transformed it into a permanent series. Even decades later, the same basic Washington portrait continues to appear on modern quarters, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. What do you think about the 1973 Washington quarter without a mint mark? Have you found one in your pocket change, coin jar, or an old family collection? Remember, while most 1973 quarters are common, valuable errors and high-grade examples can still be worth far more than face value. Always check your coins carefully before spending them because you never know what hidden treasure might be waiting in your collection. Next up, the 1974 Washington quarter without a mint mark is one of the most commonly found United States quarters, yet it remains a coin that attracts a great deal of attention from collectors and treasure hunters. Many people discover a 1974 quarter in old jars, piggy banks, inherited collections, or pocket change, and immediately wonder whether it could be valuable because it does not show a mint mark. The excitement comes from the fact that some older American coins without mint marks can be rare and valuable. However, understanding the true story behind the 1974 quarter is important before estimating its value. While most examples are worth only face value or a small premium, certain high-grade specimens and rare error varieties can command impressive prices in today's coin market. This makes the 1974 no-mint mark quarter an interesting coin for both beginners and experienced collectors. The 1974 Washington quarter was produced during a fascinating period in American history. The United States was experiencing economic challenges, rising inflation, and significant political events, including the final months of the Watergate scandal that would lead to President Richard Nixon's resignation later that year. Despite these national events, the U.S. Mint continued producing large quantities of circulating coinage to meet public demand. The Washington quarter design had already been in use for more than 40 years by 1974. Originally introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter became so popular that it permanently replaced the standing Liberty quarter. By 1974, Americans used quarters extensively in daily commerce, vending machines, parking meters, and public transportation systems. As a result, millions of quarters were needed each year. The 1974 quarter belongs to the copper-nickel clad era. Beginning in 1965, the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating quarters because rising silver prices made silver coinage too expensive for everyday use. Therefore, every regular 1974 quarter was struck using a copper core covered by outer layers of copper and nickel. This change marked a new chapter in American coinage and helped ensure adequate coin production for circulation. Today, the 1974 quarter is collected as part of Washington Quarter Date mint sets, high-grade registry sets, and error collections. Although common in circulated grades, it remains an important piece of modern U.S. coin history. The obverse, or front side, of the 1974 quarter features the familiar portrait of George Washington facing left. Above Washington's head appears the word Liberty, while the motto "In God We Trust" is located to the left of the portrait. The date, 1974, appears below the bust. The design was created by renowned sculptor and artist John Flanagan. The reverse, or backside, displays a majestic eagle with wings spread. The eagle stands on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness, while olive branches beneath represent peace. Around the rim appears United States of America and quarter dollar. Above the eagle is the national motto, E-Pluribus Unum. The coin has a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. Its weight is approximately 5.67 grams, and its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The edge is reeded, featuring 119 tiny grooves. One distinctive feature of clad quarters is the visible copper-colored stripe along the edge, revealing the copper core sandwiched between the outer nickel layers. One of the most misunderstood aspects of the 1974 quarter is the missing mint mark. For 1974 quarters, a coin without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. This is completely normal and does not automatically make the coin rare. During 1974, the Philadelphia Mint generally did not place mint marks on quarters intended for circulation. Therefore, if your 1974 quarter lacks a mint mark, it simply means it was struck in Philadelphia. Coins struck at the Denver Mint carry a D mint mark, while San Francisco issues were generally produced as proof coins and carry an S mint mark. Because Philadelphia produced hundreds of millions of quarters in 1974, the absence of a mint mark does not create rarity by itself. However, collectors still seek high-grade Philadelphia examples because finding perfectly preserved coins from circulation becomes increasingly difficult as time passes. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 801,456,000 quarters in 1974 without a mint mark. This enormous production figure makes it one of the more common Washington quarters of the 1970s. The Denver Mint produced more than 353 million quarters bearing the D mint mark, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof examples for collectors. Because the Philadelphia mintage exceeded 800 million pieces, the coin is considered common in circulated condition. It is not classified as a key date, semi-key date, or scarce issue. Its value primarily depends on condition and the presence of unusual mint errors. The value of a 1974 no-mint mark quarter depends heavily on condition, eye appeal, luster, and whether any mint errors are present. In poor condition, heavily worn examples are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. Most circulated coins found in pocket change sell for approximately 25 cents to $1. In fine condition, where major design details remain visible but show moderate wear, values usually range from around 50 cents to a few dollars. Extremely fine examples with strong detail and limited wear may bring between $2 and $10 depending on quality. Uncirculated examples become more desirable because they retain their original mint luster and show little or no wear. Typical mint state coins often sell for $5 to $25. High-grade certified examples graded MS-66 or MS-67 can sell for significantly more because such well-preserved coins are much harder to find. At major coin auctions, superb gem-quality examples have sold for hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars when certified at exceptionally high grades by professional grading services. These prices reflect extreme rarity in top condition rather than rarity of the date itself. Therefore, Collectors should remember that condition is often more important than age. Although regular 1974 quarters are common, certain mint errors can be surprisingly valuable. Collectors carefully examine these coins for doubled dies, where letters or numbers appear doubled because of die misalignment during production. Strong doubled die examples can attract substantial premiums. Off-center strikes occur when the coin blank is not properly positioned during striking. Depending on the percentage of off-center design and visibility of the date, these errors can be worth significant amounts. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin is missing due to a mistake during blank production, are also collectible. Other desirable errors include broad strikes, which occur when the collar fails to contain the coin during striking, rotated dies, where the front and back designs are misaligned, die cracks, cud errors, and wrong planchet strikes. Wrong planchet examples are particularly dramatic because the quarter may have been struck on a blank intended for another denomination. Collectors should also examine coins for unusual striking characteristics, dramatic die breaks, and other minting anomalies, as these can sometimes increase value far beyond that of an ordinary 1974 quarter. One reason the 1974 no-mint mark quarter remains popular is that it can still be found today. Millions remain in circulation, and examples regularly appear in pocket change, coin rolls from banks, old family collections, estate sales, flea markets, and forgotten jars of coins. While most examples are common, the possibility of discovering a high-grade specimen or valuable error keeps collectors searching. Many successful coin hunters have found interesting varieties and mint errors in ordinary accumulations of change. This treasure hunting aspect makes the 1974 quarter exciting even though it is not a rare date by itself. Before selling a 1974 quarter, carefully inspect its condition under good lighting. Look for original mint luster, sharp details, and any unusual errors. High-grade coins should be handled only by their edges to avoid fingerprints and surface damage. One of the biggest mistakes collectors make is cleaning coins. Cleaning can permanently damage the surface and drastically reduce collector value. Even if a coin appears dirty or tarnished, it is usually worth more in its original state. If you believe your coin may be a rare error or exceptionally high-grade specimen, consider having it evaluated by a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. Proper storage in coin holders, capsules, or archival quality flips can help preserve value for future years. The 1974 no-mint mark quarter is not generally considered a major investment coin because of its enormous mintage. However, certified high-grade examples and genuine mint errors continue to attract collector demand. Registry set collectors often compete for the finest known examples, which can push prices higher for top-quality pieces. As more coins are damaged, lost, or worn over time, the supply of pristine mint state examples gradually decreases. For this reason, exceptional specimens may continue to appreciate in value. Nevertheless, collectors should focus on quality and rarity rather than expecting every 1974 quarter to become highly valuable. Many people believe a missing mint mark automatically means a coin is rare, but for a 1974 quarter, no mint mark simply means it was struck in Philadelphia. Another interesting fact is that more than 800 million Philadelphia quarters were produced that year, meaning if they were placed end to end, they would stretch for thousands of miles. The 1974 quarter also belongs to the early years of clad coinage, representing the era after silver was removed from circulating quarters. Because of this, it serves as an important historical reminder of changing economic conditions in the United States during the 1960s and 1970s. As we have discovered, the 1974 Washington quarter without a mint mark may look ordinary at first glance, but every coin has a story. While most examples are common Philadelphia issues, high-grade specimens and rare mint errors can be worth much more than face value. That is why collectors continue searching through pocket change, coin rolls, old collections, and family coin jars hoping to uncover a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 No Mint Mark quarter, be sure to like this video. Leave a comment below telling us whether you own one of these coins, and subscribe for more rare coin history, value guides, and treasure hunting discoveries. And before you go, take a closer look at your own coins. You never know what valuable piece of history might be hiding in your collection today.